Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you all for being here this morning. It's great to be here at the Bassett Healthcare on a sunny Monday morning. And we are here today to announce that this week, May 8th through the 14th, has been proclaimed Williams Syndrome Awareness Week in the state of New York. Williams Syndrome is a relatively unknown, rare genetic disorder. You know, the general public, educators, many even in the medical community are unaware of Williams, yet it affects 1 in 10,000 people worldwide. And I must confess, I was not familiar with Williams syndrome myself until I heard from Stephanie Quinonez. You know, Stephanie and her husband Willie, who's a well-known fixer at the Otesaga Hotel on staff, and their family, Odessa and Sela, they live in Edmeston. And 1 year ago, their 6-year-old daughter, Sela, who is here with us today, was diagnosed with Williams syndrome. And the Quinonez family, like so many other families, are now just learning about this life-changing disorder. And while it has altered their lives, they now know what they're dealing with and where to seek the very best possible care for Sela. And I'd like to have Stephanie Quinonez say a few words at this time in terms of their personal story. Stephanie?
Thank you. First and foremost, I would like to thank Senator Seward for bringing us together today. It is the first time our family has had the opportunity to meet another family with Williams syndrome. This is a special day for us. Prior to a year ago, we had never heard of Williams syndrome, like many of you. Sela's first 5 years was searching for answers. We missed years of needed therapies, doctors, and medicines that could help her with her everyday needs. Since her diagnosis, she has started horse, listening, occupational, physical, and speech therapy. She takes medicine every day to help with her anxiety. She has come a long way in just a year. I want to spread awareness so families can start needed treatments immediately when finding out of a diagnosis. This is a start to a very great mission. Thanks to Senator Seward and New York State for proclaiming May 8th through the 14th Williams Syndrome Awareness Week. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephanie, and your family for stepping forward in this way to certainly, first of all, making me aware and helping me to make others aware of Williams syndrome.
Thank you.
You know, even the medical community is in some ways playing catch-up when it comes to Williams syndrome. And the number of individuals diagnosed with the Williams syndrome has actually increased 5 times in the last 5 years alone, as more and more doctors become aware of this disorder. And one of those doctors who does understand Williams is with us today, and it's Dr. Monica Brane, who's a pediatrician here at Bassett Healthcare. Actually, she practices in Oneonta. And I'd like to call on Dr. Brane for some comments as well. Dr. Brane, thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you. Williams syndrome is a genetic condition associated with the deletion on chromosome number 7. It's associated with developmental delays, learning disabilities, cardiovascular disease, and also tends to be associated with highly social personalities and certain facial features. It's our hope that by raising awareness about Williams syndrome, children such as Sela will lead healthier and more productive lives.
Dr. Richard?
Yeah.
Has this been known about?
How long?
Yeah, how long has it been on the medical books?
Oh, it's been for years. I'm not sure exactly how long. It's just I think that a lot of people aren't really aware of it. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Brane. You know, along with the need for additional public awareness of Williams syndrome comes a need for funding to help care for those affected by this emerging disorder, and funding research and better understanding and a possible cure for Williams syndrome. Until that day comes in terms of a cure, there are ongoing medical needs from birth through adulthood. From the early intervention services like speech or occupational therapy to adult needs like group housing and other supportive assistance programs. This Saturday up in New Hartford, there is a fundraising walk for Williams syndrome, and the Quinonez family and many of their friends will be participating in that walk. But we're very pleased to have the organizer of the walk for Williams syndrome awareness up in New Hartford on Saturday, and she is another caring parent, and that is Bridget Jones. And I'd like to ask Bridget to talk about the walk coming up on Saturday. And in fact, we also have her daughter Kayla with us this morning, who is also has Williams syndrome. So Bridget, would you step forward and talk about the walk?
We're going to have Kayla's 5th annual walk for Williams syndrome. It'll be on Saturday, May 14th at the New Hartford High School track. It is the 5th year that we have been doing this. Registration will start at 8 and the walk will begin at 9. All of the proceeds will go to the Williams Syndrome Association to help enrich the lives of the children and adults living with this disability.
Thank you. Now, I'd have to ask either Bridget or Stephanie, if someone wants to support the walk, what should they do?
They can come to the walk on Saturday, or they can make a check out to Williams Syndrome Association and send it right to Michigan. There's the website, williamsyndrome.org. You can go right on the website and they can tell you exactly how to donate.
Okay, great. And you'll take some pledges too,
We're
won't you?
taking pledges. Yes.
Okay. Well, last week in the State Senate, I was very pleased to sponsor and see adopted unanimously a special legislative resolution proclaiming this week as Williams Syndrome Awareness Week in the state of New York. And at this time, I'd like to present a formal copy of this resolution to Sela and her family because they are the reason why the whole state of New York is now learning about the Williams syndrome, because they made me aware of it, and I, because of their advocacy, sponsored this resolution, which was read in front of the entire state Senate. And we also expect later this week that Governor Cuomo will be joining us with a special proclamation as well. So because of the advocacy of the Quinonez family, now the entire state of New York is aware of this syndrome, Williams syndrome, and we are spreading awareness and additional research and services for those that have Williams syndrome. So I'm very, very pleased to present this special resolution to Sela and your whole family. Why don't we step out here? Let's step out here for a picture. There we go.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Generating public awareness about Williams syndrome is an important step in supporting patients who suffer from this disorder, along with their families, improving care and advancing future research. And I think that's a very, very, very important. And I again want to thank the Quinonez family for stepping forward with their personal story, and Dr. Brane for your being here today and what you're doing for local families. And of course, Bridget with Kayla, and a fifth year that they're having to walk to help raise money to support local families and that additional research that is so needed. So thank you all very, very much.